Hi everyone, my name is Deborah Fuller. I'm running for Justice of the Peace, District 13 here in Saline County. Wanted to hop back on camera with you all today just to share some thoughts, upcoming campaign updates, and just a little bit more information about what's happening around town in the next few days. As you can see before me, I've got these lovely dried out zinnias that came from my garden last season that I am actually cleaning up and taking the seeds out to replant after the storms pass through in the next couple of days. Don't want them to get washed away, so I'm being very careful about that. Zinnias were my grandmother's favorite flower on my daddy's side. And so zinnias, these are things that I have been growing for many, many years and cannot wait to have them bloom up across the front of my house. For those of you that have gone by my home here in Hot Springs Village, you've seen them lining the front yard every year. And I'm just looking forward to another round of that. So I wanted to share with you today an idea, thought, a memory of mine just growing up and how I've coped with that memory in my adulthood. So when I was young, I had a brother and sister at the time, and my daddy would always check us when we started getting too loud or we started sharing our own thoughts or ideas, when we had family or friends come by and hang out at the house. And his favorite term to use for us would be Buttinsky, Buttinsky. He would say to us, "Don't be a Buttinsky. Are you being a Buttinsky? Hey, Buttinskys, let's quiet down." It was that era, and probably even still today, where kids were to be seen and not heard, right? And so hearing that over and over and over again as a young child, of course, that really caused me to step back and be quiet, to be silent, to feel that my voice wasn't important, that it wasn't important for me to be heard, that only the adults in the room had the power or the ability to share what was on their mind. And so you can imagine how I may have carried this into my adulthood. In high school and college, I really didn't feel comfortable speaking out. I really didn't feel comfortable talking in social settings. And so as I became an adult and entered the workforce, and even in later years in college, I did learn that my voice was important, that I did have something important to say, that those voices of Buttinsky started to dilute as I became more mature and grew older over the years. And I think about that a lot as I run for Justice of the Peace here in Saline County in District 13, going to the quorum court, being in other situations or settings where we're meeting, and some individuals do not feel comfortable getting up and making their voices heard. And I get that. I empathize with that, right? But in today's political climate and with the issues that we're dealing with, particularly when it comes to access and affordability and even accountability at the government level, I think it's important for us as citizens to ensure that our voices are being heard. And that's one of the things that I'm going to lend to you all as constituents when I do take this seat as Justice of the Peace in District 13 in Saline County, because everyone does have a voice. And what the quorum court really should focus on is giving constituents more of a voice during those meetings, which are very important. I've seen it happen time and time again, here and there between the quorum court and committee meetings that have happened over the past few months. But there is still that permission level that is being put out there by the quorum court. If you want to speak before the court, you must have the approval of 2 justices of the peace. This was changed. That rule was put in place after the library challenges that happened a few years ago from a book banning perspective, and things got a little rowdy in the quorum court because of that. But regardless of the issue at hand and what people really want to discuss, I think it's important that there still be that representation by the people in those settings. So my thought to each and every one of you is to think about your voice. Think about how you can lift up that voice and that you can stand for what you believe in and what you think makes a difference for those in your community. Because if we don't stand up, if we don't share what's on our heart and mind and what we believe in for our communities, we will never move forward in progress. And that's where we want to go, right? With this election and all elections moving forward. Safer spaces for our communities, better access for our communities, a voice at the table, the list goes on. You know, being a woman as well, that was another way that prevented me from bringing forward my voice. And, you know, women are really one of the most underrepresented groups across our nation. I am also running for this particular seat because I believe that women should make their decisions on their own access to health care. I believe that policies and legislation should be considered and passed to better assist women, children, and families. I believe that everyone should have a voice in our legislative process. And so I really want to put this question to you. How can we, as those running for these seats, for those of us who actually sit in positions today, not only locally, but at the state and federal level, and assist you in bringing your voices to the table? If you'll put those in the comments below, I would really love to hear from you on that. And we'll definitely share that with the Hallie Schaffners and Chris Joneses and everyone else who's running for office this November. So, updates on my campaign. First off, I am speaking on Saturday at the Pro Arkansas Women's PAC brunch at Blue Haven Grill there in Benton. I'll include a link to that in the comments below. It'll be a great morning of gathering, hearing from various women across our area who are coming to speak, and I'm looking forward to the time with everyone. In addition, I'll be at the Shoreline Jam here in Hot Springs Village on Saturday evening. Just hanging out, listening to music with friends. So if you're out there, come by, say hello. I'd love to meet you if I don't know you already. And then finally, I've got some exciting news coming soon regarding the billboard outside the village that's about to go up in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned to this channel for more information on that. It's been a rainy day here in Hot Springs Village across Arkansas. I love rainy days. They're moody. They kind of, you know, I've been playing some smooth jazz in the background and just enjoying the day, catching up on campaign stuff. But I just wish you a great rest of your evening and hope to see you between now and the next time we get together on camera. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.